Name the smartest city on earth in the year 900. If you said anywhere in Europe, you're 500 years and one continent off. It was Baghdad. Rewind further, because a century before any of this, nobody expected Baghdad's empire to produce a single book. They expected it to produce corpses. By 1750 CE, Islamic armies had gone from a single city in Arabia to an empire stretching from the Spain to the edge of India, faster than Rome, faster than anyone. Empires that expand that fast usually collapse under their own weight. Too much land, too little you. This one didn't, because something happened that conquest alone never does. It turned outward, not just to take, but to learn. The dynasty that took over, the Abbasids, didn't just want territory, they wanted every book the ancient world had ever written: Greek, Persian, Indian, Sanskrit, mathematics, Aristotle, all of it. And they had something Europe wouldn't have for another 600 years: paper. The secret came from Chinese prisoners of wars who would go on to shape more history than the war that captured them. That's the ignition, not gold, not conquest, a translation obsession that became a civilization's whole personality. And it needed a capital built for it. So in 762, the Caliph al Mansur chose a spot on the Tigris, round, walled, deliberately at the crossroads of every trade route between the Mediterranean and China, and called it Madinat al Salam, the city of peace. In the 9th century, while most of Europe contraried, Baghdad had a library that paid its translators in gold. The weight of the books they translated? Gold for books. This was the house of wisdom, Beth al Hikmah, not a metaphor, a real institution. Astronomers, mathematicians, physicians, philosophers, all under one roof, funded by caliphs who believed knowledge was a form of worship. This is where algebra was born. Al Khwarizmi worked here. Yes, that's where the word algorithm comes from. This is where Greek philosophy survived, translated into Arabic centuries before Europe rediscovered its own ancestors. Doctors in Baghdad were performing eye surgery while European doctors were still bleeding patients to cure headache. For 500 years, Baghdad was the center of the intellectual world, not the periphery, not a footnote, the center. But by the 1250s, something had rotted underneath the gold. The caliphate was fractured. The last caliph, Al Mustasim, inherited an empire that looked powerful on paper and was hollow underneath. Weak generals, a treasury he refused to spend on defense, and an advisor whispering in his ear that would decide everything. And 3,000 kilometers to the east, a grandson of Genghis Khan was already marching west. His name was Hulagu. Baghdad didn't know it yet, but the answer to name the smartest city on earth was about to become a question nobody would get to ask again for 500 years.